Welcome to OCD Clarity. My name is Luc, and today I want to talk a little bit more about anxiety in general. So, I've been an anxious child and an anxious person my whole life. And this wasn't a very big problem. It wasn't really hindering me for a very long time, but at a certain point, around my teenage years, I really got anxious and it really hindered me from daily functioning. And at a certain point, really anxiety it evolved to generalized anxiety disorder, and eventually I developed severe OCD, latched onto multiple teams, developed panic disorder. I was having panic attacks constantly throughout the day, really intense ones, and that caused that I was in a very depressed state for years, and I couldn't get the right information. I was going from therapist to therapist who only tried to give me meds to really get rid of the anxiety symptoms, but are not the answer long term to get better from anxiety. And nobody learned me how to handle and what to do in the moment to get rid of the anxiety. But you trying to get rid of the anxiety, all these techniques are working counterproductive. They are never the answer. So, what is the answer? How to get better from generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and eventually, with some more work, severe OCD, because I'm now fully recovered. And you can also always, no matter which team you're stuck with, no matter how long, always. There is a good book that's called Paul David at Last Alive. And he suffered for more than 10 years with really severe anxiety problems, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and everything, all the symptoms that comes with anxiety. So, you need to see anxiety as energy. And if you experience anxiety for short periods of time, there is no problem at all. It works perfectly because it's designed to save your life. But if you, for months on end, for years on end, experience extreme forms of anxiety, your nervous system will deplete. And that's a problem in itself, but I think 99% of the anxiety sufferers will tend to try to fight the anxiety, try to push the anxiety symptoms and the feelings and emotions away. And this is what causes very big problems. So, if you don't know what you're dealing with, if you don't know what anxiety is, you will get really anxious about your anxiety. So first, educate yourself through this channel, through doing your own research, but also reading this book multiple times because it has, in my opinion, the right information, because I see a lot of people recovering from anxiety to have some help on the side, but also to educate themselves. And the best thing, best advice in this book is really simple. And it's in my opinion, the only way out of anxiety. No meds, some cognitive work is good, but you need to give up. You need to give up all your techniques to get rid of your anxiety, to feel better. or to be more present, whatever. You need to be more allowing to whatever OCD or anxiety brings. And I mean every thought, every image, every feeling, every urge, every emotion, at any time, anywhere. At any time and anywhere. It sounds hard, but it is even harder to really do in the moment. But you can practice this. You can really practice this. So I experienced anxiety everywhere from the moment I woke up until I went to bed. And eventually it was in my dreams, and I woke up constantly with anxiety. And even when I was laying on the couch, I was experiencing a lot of anxiety. And there you can, at that moment you can practice to feel whatever OCD brings and anxiety brings, and every feeling, emotion, just what is the thing I'm really feeling, and trying to be more accepting and allow everything to happen within yourself. And when you practice this and really be consistent and persist with this kind of letting go of all your techniques and let anxiety do whatever it wants, this is the start of recovery of anxiety. It really is, but it will be very uncomfortable, because you will need to allow anxiety if you're going on an interview, if you are socializing with your friends, if you're at the movies, if you're eating, if you're going on holidays. You trying to resist only stores the anxious energy within yourself. And if you have too much anxious energy within yourself, you will having a lot more panic attacks, because it's your body's natural way to get rid of the anxious energy. So the only way out of anxiety is to allow it everywhere, anywhere, at all times. And this is hard, but you can get better of it. And if you educate yourself more about anxiety in general, you will see that it is not that scary to have anxiety in general. It is, but you trying to get rid of it is the problem, not anxiety itself. And if you allow, and if you let everything happen, your nervous system will settle down, become less depleted, and you will see that your anxious feelings will come down. You will feel better as a byproduct if you're more allowing. And you need to remember, it took months, even years or decades, to store all that energy within your body, and it takes a lot of time to remove and get rid of the excess anxious energy. So it takes time. If you need any help, please reach out. Download my OCD Clarity Action Plan from my website, ocdclarity.com. It is really a guide that will help you get better of generalized anxiety disorder and also very severe OCD. And if you have any questions, please email me at info@ocdclarity.com.